What's up, guys? Hayden here, and here's another video. Pretty tired. It's the end of the day. I've been painting up a house, so I'm getting it all prepped up. I'm just now leaving. Pretty hot day in Texas today. Had to wear one of these sun hats. It's definitely helped with morale today. The past 2 days I haven't had one on, and man, that was a lot more easy to go through the day with a sun hat on. And probably better for my skin. So, I would like to talk about a book that Ty Lopez recommended to me, which is phenomenal. I love this book. And it's called Managing Oneself by Peter Wagner. Now, this guy has a way with words, man. And I'm probably going to do a lot of videos on this one because I've listened to this book now probably I don't know, man, 5 or 6 times. And it's one of those I want to listen to like every week for the next year. It's that good. Just because it has so many insights in it about managing yourself. So, he begins this by saying that you need to utilize what's called feedback analysis. And this is analyzing feedback. Analyzing what's actually happened, writing down what you think is going to happen, and then analyzing what actually ended up happening 12 to 18 months from now. And then utilizing that information in order to make good changes in your life. So, you just need to use feedback analysis every week. Now, another insight from this book is, in what the real general thesis statement of this book is all about SVP. SVP. Your strengths, your values, and your productivity. So it's about utilizing your strengths, knowing your values, and and being productive. But really it's about self-knowledge. This book is all about really trying to figure yourself out. So figuring out the way you learn. How do you learn? What ways do you learn? What helps you learn? Is it reading? Is it listening to something? For me, it's listening to things. It helps me to learn. But more so than that, speaking helps me learn. For some people, it's writing. Writing helps you learn. So figure out what helps you to learn. Figure out how you learn. Is it reading? Is it speaking? Is it writing? Is it listening? Is it doing? And it's a bit of all of these things, but what are you really, really good at? And that's another point this book talks about is know your strengths. Like, where are you strong? What are you good at? Are you good at speaking to people? Are you good at communication? Are you bad at communication? Are you a talented salesman? Where are your innate talents? Because it takes much less energy to become great at an innate talent than it does to become mediocre at something you're not that good at. So it's this whole aspect of you only have so much time allotted to you, so what are you going to spend it on? And you'd better be spending it on things that are actually going to cause you to be more productive in life. Now, there's that idea in there. And then he also talks about values. Like, you need to know your values. What do you stand for? Think about that. Like, take some time and think of your values. Think of what you like. Think of what you don't like. Think of what you want to do with your life. Think of what you don't want to do with your life. Take some time to manage yourself. Because in old days, we didn't have to manage ourselves like we do today. We have so many options today. Like, we used to, okay, you're the blacksmith. Well, your son's going to be a blacksmith too. And his son's probably going to be a blacksmith too. And that's kind of how it was. If you were a farmer, then you were just a farmer. Like, you didn't really have any other options. In today's day and age, we have so many options presented to us that learning how to manage rather than just being a subordinate is important. Now, another thing he talks about is how do you best work? Do you best work as the leader on the helm of something making the decisions, or do you better work as the second in command who is providing insight and giving some counsel? Where do you find yourself fitting best? Well, you should probably do that thing. Where you're best at, you should take time to do. So what are your strengths? And vice versa, what are your weaknesses? Use feedback analysis and find this out. A lot of times you think that you know something about yourself when you're not even right. You think you're good at something and you're not. You think you're a great singer and you're just not a great singer. And you need to stop singing. And that's just how it is sometimes. You just need to stop singing, okay? If you're bad at it. Just don't do it. But at least don't do it and put all your energy in it. You can still do it for fun. I'm not talking about that. Obviously, I had another video in my Words of Wisdom playlist that's talking about how, that you can learn something in about 20 hours. You can at least learn something, at least be somewhat proficient at something in about 20 hours, if you learn it properly. But it takes about 10,000 hours to be great at something. Now, you can always learn new things. You can learn how to sing better than what you were. But where are you putting an ample amount of energy? That's what this book is talking about. And it's better to bet on the things that you know you're good at. So I know I'm good at speaking, so I'm going to start capitalizing on my speaking. I know that I'm good at leading and making decisions, but I'm also good at counsel to a degree too, so I'm going to utilize both of those things. I'm a good mentor and teacher. Some people are totally inept at that and cannot teach and mentor. They're really bad at it. And that's okay. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. And there's people that are doing things that they're not made to do well and beating themselves up that they're not great at it. And it's sad, man. So Managing Oneself, it's a shorter book. It'll take you about an hour to read. It takes about an hour to listen to it, so I know it would take about an hour to read. I would like to get it for reading too, because you really want, in learning, you want to absorb as much as you can in every way that you can, through writing, through reading, through listening, through speaking. But also you want to do the things you're better at. Like, I learn the very most if I speak it. If I can speak it so that another person can understand it, I retain it for ages. But if I just read it, or if I just hear it, or if I just write it, it doesn't stick. Not like it does when I actually have to talk about it, because the way that I speak, it's just something in me. It helps me to speak. And that's one of the reasons I even started this YouTube channel. It's not even for you guys, it's for me. It's to help me. And if it helps you, then great. But this is more of a selfish endeavor, actually. To log my books that I've read, to log words of wisdom that I want to remember, to be able to look back on things, for my daughters to be able to look back on things and to see things. I don't have this intention of becoming some YouTube star, obviously. As you can see, I do things a little bit differently. I'm not just doing the things that YouTubers are doing to try to get noticed and I'm not saying that that's bad. That's just not me. I'm not trying to make a career out of YouTube. If it became that would be really cool, but I would still be working on something. I would still be living the same lifestyle, doing other things. Like, I own a painting business, so I have to definitely manage myself in a painting business. But anyways, I'm getting off topic, and I'll probably have another episode that's just devoted to me being off topic. But today, I'm talking about Peter Wagner's book, Managing Oneself. Go out and get it, read it. It's definitely worth the read. It's worth your time to think about, because if you don't know how to manage yourself and you don't know yourself well enough to know what your strengths and your weaknesses are and what you're good at and what you're not good at, what you can excel in, what you can't excel in, you're going to be missing out on life to a certain extent. Now, it doesn't mean that your life is going to be over and you're not going to be able to enjoy it and you're not going to be successful. What it means is that your effectiveness gets capped. So, think about that. Don't cap your effectiveness. Take the time to read. Take the time to listen. And take the time to speak if speaking is what you need to take the time doing. Anyways, guys, I hope this blesses you. I hope you have an amazing day. And God bless. If you like this content, please subscribe and like below. Have a good one, guys.